Welcome to Waiting on the Most High, where we talk about losing the weight, whether it's physical pounds, the weight of the world, emotions, traumas, and all those things. So now, viewing this video is probably 2024. So happy New Year. Walking into the new year with a new mindset, with an open mind, and being able to accept whatever life brings for us this year and only attracting the good things that we deserve. But to do that, we have to put out that good energy and be receptive for whatever it is God has planned for us. Also, within the new year, my birthday is on the 13th of January, and I'll be 33 years old. And it's such a milestone for me because the number 3 means a lot to me. And it's been 3 years of me on this journey of losing weight, just from emotions, things from my childhood, things that I've learned throughout adulthood that have brought me to these 33 years. And now I am starting over. I'm starting anew. I started this process last year of learning myself, learning what it is that I needed in my life and what I was doing wrong in life to where I wasn't meeting the standards that I was setting for myself. But now, turning into 2024, turning 33 years old, it's time to put all of that in action. Everything that I've journaled, everything that I've thought about the process and meditated and prayed and asked God for guidance for, He's given it. He's shown me where to go and how to maneuver through those things. So now I'm ready to actually put everything into action. And just changing the way that I speak about myself and about the things that I want to do, speaking about it with no hesitation and being absolute in what it is I want. And I think that that's important for all of us to carry on and into the new year is stop moving with doubt. You know, it's a lot of times we second guess ourselves for good reason. And things should be taken through a process of your thoughts. Take them and filter everything through God. Talk to some wise friends and family to really make sure the decision that you're making is the best fit for you. And understanding that even when you're trying to figure out what's best for yourself, it still impacts everyone that's directly connected to you. So making sure that whatever it is you desire and whatever it is you're looking for and whatever your goals are, just be absolute and intentional about how you even speak on it. Your thoughts and the things that you say really do impact an outcome for you. And I've seen that so much in my life in the past few years. There have been things that I was so worried about and so concerned about happening and so afraid that they would happen. And they happened regardless of what I was trying to prepare myself for. And when those moments came, I still was not prepared. I still did not like having to go through it. I still didn't understand why I was going through it. So essentially, there was no amount of preparation on top of me not speaking life into myself and being positive about the process and the journey and where it was I was going. This new year, I'm just really looking forward to a new outlook, a new perspective. One thing that my kid's dad always said when we were like in a bad situation and our conversations landed more toward arguing than actually trying to hear each other out. He would always end the conversation saying that it's just perception versus reality. And a lot of times what I may have been perceiving from a situation, it possibly wasn't the reality. And while that was true sometimes, there were some times that did lend to my perception actually being the reality. And that's a lot of us in life. A lot of times I try to sit back and even though I may have a situation that's very particular to me, I think about how it can be used in just general spaces in all aspects of life. There are so many things that from our romantic relationships we can actually utilize in the workspace or in our friendships. And we kind of just hold on to those moments and what we learned in that moment and connect it to that particular thing. But it is wise of us to correlate every aspect of our life and connect it in a way to where we are healing the whole person and not just the part of us that's going through that particular thing. So in the case of perception versus reality, of course, in a romantic relationship, that can be used to like manipulate how you view things and discouraging you from using your intuition, but also moving that into a friendship and understanding that you're not going to know everything about your friends, and you may perceive a moment in their life where they're going through something personal that you may not know about, and you perceive for them to becoming distant and maybe, acting funny with you or may not want to be your friend anymore. But the reality is they're going through something, a healing process of their own, and they may not know how to vocalize that to you. So now you have two different viewpoints of the exact same situation. And a lot of times we can only see our perspective. Sometimes we might not even care to see the other person's perspective, which is fine. You don't have to always consider other people. That's just depending on how it is you view that person, what you're looking for in that relationship with that person. Or even if you have a relationship with that person at all, it could be a complete stranger. And you're not obligated to consider their perspective. But when you are on a journey to be your best self, for you to put out the best version of you to everybody, you have to learn to cater to everyone's needs. And catering to everyone's needs doesn't look like just saying yes to everything. It doesn't look like agreeing to everything that person wants or everything that person is. But it is considering who they are, considering what in their life could have possibly made them see something or react a certain way, and how that differs from yours. And with me practicing that and understanding that life is about perception versus reality is two different things, and it could cause us all to have a moment of disagreeing. But if you're able to just really sit back and try to look at all viewpoints, knowing that all of us aren't going to see the same thing, knowing that because we don't see the same thing, that doesn't necessarily make one of us right or one of us wrong. I was watching something a while ago, and it was like a professor talking to his class, and he had a book. On one side of the book, it was black. On the other side, it was red. And he had like the red side facing the class, and the black side of the book was facing him. And he just kept saying the book is black. And the class was like, no, the book is red. But in reality, it was both. But there was no way for the class to see what he was seeing or vice versa. And it just really made me think about so many times in life where I was in a disagreement with someone. And I really do think it was probably because neither one of us was taking the time to try to see what the other person saw from that situation. So carrying more consideration with me into 2024 and knowing that that's a big thing. Just considering how other people may view a situation, considering how other people may view you. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change the things about you that they're seeing that they may not like. Again, that's depending on how you connected to that person and how you view them, whether or not you're willing to change a part of yourself to keep them in your life. But just knowing that everyone isn't going to see what you see, and that's okay. We often try to convince a lot of people to just understand me, being misunderstood, wanting people to see us, wanting people to genuinely know who you are and accept every part of you. But I don't think that's real. It could be. I haven't come across it. I haven't come across a person, regardless of relation to me, that likes everything about me and that accepts everything about me. Even if they love me, even with my parents, I know my parents love me through whatever and whoever I choose to become. But I also know that there are parts of me that they won't condone and that they may not agree with, but that doesn't change their love for me. But me expecting them to accept every decision that I make, to be happy for every decision that I make, that's unrealistic. And a lot of times we go into relationships with people, friendships, and we expect that. We expect for someone to, or we look for someone to love us in such a way because we're incapable of loving ourselves in that way. That's another issue that, we have to look within ourselves. At the end of the day, that's another goal for me, is whatever decisions that I want to make, go to God about it and just convene with him and myself about what the best decision is. Tune out everyone else's opinions. Tune out what someone else may do that may be different from what you may do, because only you and God can decide what it is that's best for you. And especially if you're including God, he will make sure that whatever it is you're doing or decision that you're making is going to be the best thing for you and those around you that it may affect as well. And just talking about making sure that, those decisions that we're making and how they may affect someone else, you can't just think too much about what's the best option or what's the worst option, because both sides are going to have quote unquote good or bad things connected to them. Everyone isn't going to be satisfied 100% of the time. And that's okay. And just truly having a better understanding of who we are in this upcoming year. Everyone's talking about, it's my time and all the prosperity and fortune that's coming for those of us who have been down or in a rut or battling depression or struggling financially. I've heard a lot of prosperity talk, whether it be in the church or whether it be on TikTok or Instagram. It's so much about how great 2024 is going to be. And I love their energy. I love that we're putting that out there. And I love that that's something that a lot of us are connecting on. But none of it matters if you truly don't believe it and you're not actually putting in the work to make sure you're getting there. Make a plan. Write things out. Do your vision board. I don't really do resolutions. I feel like that's something that we should actually be doing every single day. The word tells us to let the old man die every day. So it shouldn't just be a yearly thing like, I'm going to start doing this. No, if every single day you make a list of ways to get better within that day, you be set for the whole year, and you can hold yourself accountable and make sure that you're actually doing those things again. Have a plan. Take those steps. Take it day by day and just get it done. And getting it done doesn't look like being hard pressed about a time span or a schedule, but making sure that you're just being consistent. That's a huge thing. Just do a little bit every day, and you'll be amazed at the progress that you'll make. You'll be amazed at how great your year becomes. Whether you become a millionaire or not, just continue to save a little every day. And you'll look up coming into 2025 and you'll be surprised at the things that you were able to accomplish just by focusing on the day-to-day aspect. Thanking God for that daily bread, making sure that you are putting a positive spin on everything that you come across, making sure that you're considering other people's perspectives and acknowledging that we are different, but we connect on so many things, on so many levels. Social media has made it so much easier for us to connect with so many random people. And it's comforting to know that it's so many of us that can connect and relate. You don't have to feel like you're the only one going through something. And I'm just so grateful. This past year has been amazing. I've learned so much within the past year, and I just look forward to putting everything that I've learned into action and just becoming a new person every day and making 2024 the best year possible for me, my family, and my friends. I love all of y'all. I love everybody who takes the time to watch and listen to the podcast. Everyone who takes time to check on me and my family to see how we're doing. Whether it's just a phone call, you come by and visit. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate everything that everyone has done for me and my family this past year. And I'm looking forward to be able to be in a position to return those favors and to be even more of a light than I've been able to be this past year. So affirmation, starting off the new year, I look forward to being the best possible version of myself. I am putting in the action to become the best possible version of myself. And I am on my way to being the best of me that I can be. Y'all have a great day. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.